All right, we're gonna wait just a minute or two while we wait for people to start logging in.
Sure.
There we go. We're starting to get people logging in. That's awesome. And I'm seeing some familiar names from our regulars. I'm happy to have you guys back. Thanks for joining us today. Let's give it just another minute and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm sure there'll be a few more of you guys that log in, but I want to welcome you guys all to Webinar Wednesday. So happy to have you guys back again this week. We've had a good run, lots of great products, lots of great topics to cover over this last month of October, and we are rounding it out with Orro. Today's webinar is Orro Home: Why Builders Are Choosing Smart Living over Smart Home. So we're really excited to have Rashid here today to talk to us about that. Before we get started, though, I do want to spend a couple minutes going over some housekeeping items. Down at the bottom of your screen, for most of you, sometimes it's at the top, but you will see two speech bubbles with Q&A underneath that. That is where you will go to ask your questions. Please take time to ask questions throughout the webinar. We're happy to have your questions. I will reserve questions until the very end, though, to maintain the flow of the webinar. If you have questions specifically about Zoom, or you can't hear, or there's some other kind of like background help that you need, you can reach me directly through the chat bubble down there. You'll see the chat bubble. So you can ask me questions directly during the webinar and I can answer you through the chat. If depending on how many people we have here at the end, I might open up to live questions. So there's also a raise hand down there at the bottom. If we have a small group, I might go ahead and open it up for you guys to ask your questions live at the end. So make sure you stay at the end to have a little bit of interaction with Rashid. I'm very excited about all that he's got to share with you today. I know smart living is a big topic and so many new things coming out all the time. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Rashid and I'm going to close my camera and go to mute and let you take over. Thanks,
Awesome.
Rashid.
Thank you so much, Emma. Well, it's great to have you guys here. You know, it looks like we have a ton of people registered, and I know they'll fall in or flow in over a little bit of time. But you know, it's again, it's great to see you all. I'm Rashid. I'll share my presentation in just a second. But I'm Rashid. I'm with Orro Home. You know, just to kind of give a little bit of background about myself, I was with Brilliant for the last 3.5 years before I decided to join Orro. I helped launch their builder program. Before that, I was with a company called Orro, and I'm sure some of you guys have heard of Orro Mesh Wi-Fi because so many builders use it. I also helped start that builder program, before that, I was with a company called URC, which is a more custom style home and automation system. So I've been doing home and automation for home automation and control for years. And over the last, I would say 5 to 7 years, I've been working with a ton of builders. I would say around 400 plus, almost 600 builders, between 400 and 600 builders. I can't get the exact number, really helping them improve the quality of their homes through technology. I think that's super important. And what we found out so far throughout my time working with builders is that it's becoming less of a luxury and more of a requirement for a lot of new buyers. And even your buyers who are either been in the home for a while or aging in place, maybe this is their second and third home, maybe this is their last home. They want a better and easier way to manage how their home does things. Now, our product is really, really interesting because instead of managing how you control your home and with an app or voice control like many other smart home products do it, We do it automatically. And I think that's super important. And that's the biggest difference when we talk about smart living versus smart home. From our perspective, smart home is the concept of being able to control your home. And when you press a button, it does something. When you give a command, it does something else. Well, unfortunately, with smart home products, if you don't do anything, your smart home products are essentially obsolete. They don't do anything. Now, there's this new and separate category called smart living, and it really started with the Nest thermostat, where it was that learning thermostat, where it tried to predict your heating and cooling needs automatically. Well, the biggest flaw with that product was that it was programming based. So if you didn't, again, you had to go in and you had to touch it and schedule it and do things like that, and then it learned and did micro adjustments there. Now our product is sensor based. Now that makes things completely different, because now with sensors in the improvement in the advent of sensors, you have the ability to predict the conditions of a home, whether it's presence, whether it's sunlight, whether it's temperature, all of these things. And now now your system can automatically adjust based off of you and not what you said that you would do. And that's a complete game changer. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to talk a little bit about what we do as a company, who we are, and really break down a little bit more on that smart living concept. So as I mentioned before, I'm with Orro. I'm the head of sales. I run our builder program, our custom integrator program. I also work on our biz dev team. Now, this is super important, because if you guys have companies or products that you're like, hey, I wish Orro integrated with that feature, let us know. We're here. We want to know more about what the needs of a builder looks like, but I think we have a pretty good offering. But there's always room for improvement in terms of how you guys are products that you guys want to link back to. No problem at all. We are really, really flexible. For instance, and I'll go over this in just a second. For instance, we had a builder, a ton of builders in Texas who were like, hey, Rashid, if Orro could just get an integration with alarm.com, we see a lot of value there because we have that as a standard. Well, now we have an integration with alarm.com about a month or two away. So again, your feedback is key when it comes to improving the quality and in the direction of the product. So let's talk about Orro, the smart living system, and ultimately what that means from our perspective. So our product is really based on 5 core values, I would say. The first is health and wellness. We think that technology should improve not only the life and livability of a home, but also the health of a home. And that for us, we do that by focusing on circadian rhythm, sleep patterns, all really cool features there. And we want to continue to expand what that looks like. Also, energy efficiency. Our product uses about 85% less energy than your standard switch. We also are working with other products like solar integrations, which I think is super important. We just had a meeting with the largest solar inverter company in the world yesterday, and we are working on an integration where our product will automatically adapt to solar production, battery levels, generator levels, and create some automation on that side. Things like load shedding, energy management, all of that can happen with the right product. And since we are, not only lighting but smart home, we can do that as well. The other thing is design. The design is so important when it comes to products, because we don't think the design of your product should impede or limit the aesthetic of your homes. So our product is designed to really disappear while still be very functional and capable. So we'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Simplicity. I had a builder a short while ago ask me, hey, I have a question for you. Can my grandmother use it? And my answer back to the builder was, hey, imagine if your grandmother never had to touch her lighting and still she would get perfect lighting in every room. And that was very compelling for them. And the last thing is connectivity. being able to connect to the best brands in the world, being able to not only share our intelligence to other products, but also other products lend what they do best to our product, and really creating this universe of really cool products that all work together and not separate experiences. And I'm sure you guys as builders, if you guys are doing anything from a technology standpoint, you all know the hassle of going from one app to another app, or one interface to another interface. It just gets really confusing, and ultimately your home buyers won't use it. So a product like ours, giving a single touch point and a single location where you can control basically that command center where you can control everything, is super important to us, and we've done it with this product. So let's break Orro down just a little bit and talk about who we are, and from a product and value proposition standpoint. So we are essentially two sides of a coin. The first thing is smart lighting. And to be more precise, we are what's called AI-driven, sensor-based smart lighting, adaptive smart lighting, excuse me. So essentially based off of the AI that we have in the cloud, based off of the sensors and what your home is capable of doing, your lights will automatically make those scenes and automatically adjust. And then on the flip side of that, we have the ability to control other products and other devices in your home. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Now, from a lighting perspective, we base all of the methodology on the lighting side with a concept called human-centric lighting. And I'm sure you guys have heard this term running around. It's being used quite a bit by more expensive, really broad lighting systems out there. And the concept of human-centric lighting is that it improves it creates more consistent and deeper and better quality of sleep. It helps promote energy from a body perspective with sunlight. And we also automatically take into account that too much artificial light and too much darkness has adverse effects on the body. So how can we improve that from a lighting perspective? And our product is really focused on those few things. The other thing that's super important is, how do we sync your lighting levels to your circadian rhythm? And that really matters. I mean, I don't know how much you guys have noticed how much lighting affects how well you get, how well and how much sleep you get. And it's very important. I mean, I'm the type of person who can't really sleep very well when there's a lot of light in the room. You know, sometimes I go and I do the blackout shades, and I put the cover over my head because I know that too much light will definitely affect it. Well, imagine if your lights will automatically adjust to your circadian rhythm, and as the day goes, you start to see that your lighting levels automatically drift downward and downward and downward. That's why the first question that we ask when you're setting up our system is, what time do you go to bed? So we take that into account as a baseline, and we automatically make adjustments there. Not to mention, dimming automatically stimulates your melatonin. So in the natural melatonin that your body generates, it's all based on, a lot of it is based on dimming. So the dimming of your lights will stimulate that melatonin, creating more melatonin in the body. And as we know, more melatonin, better sleep that you get. So we're talking happier, healthier, and really cool, in just as a baseline of what we do. So let's break down Orro just a bit. So Orro does a lot. I'm not gonna lie, we do a ton, but we do it in a way where it's not complicated for the end user, and it's simplified for your installer teams and different things like that. The first thing is we have 6 sensors built into each switch. So those sensors are able to detect everything from presence, both occupancy, vacancy. We know when you leave a room, when you enter a room, how often. So we track all that information and automatically create these really cool lighting scenes. The other thing is it's designed to learn and adapt. And we talked about this a little bit earlier when we highlighted the differences between smart living versus smart home. Well, if your products don't automatically learn and adapt to the way you use them, then what's even the point? I mean, everything is starting to learn and adapt to the way you do it. So your smart home should be just as smart. I mean, if you've ever opened up your Spotify playlist, if you've noticed, it tracks what music you like to play, and it gives you recommendations. That's smart. That's a very simplified concept of smart living. The ability to track what you're doing the ability to automatically create and automatically anticipate your needs. Your home should already be doing that. Our product helps your home do that better. The other thing we talked about was the boosting of the wellness, health and wellness. That human-centric lighting concept is so key when you're starting to talk about lighting, and then the energy savings element of our product. Now, when we talk about natural sunlight, I think this is super important because nothing feels better than a burst of sunlight, and nothing feels worse than sitting under artificial light for too long. That's why when if you're in your office and you're sitting under that fluorescent light for too long, you run outside and get that burst of sunlight. It just energizes you before you go back in and finish your job. And and our product is based a lot on that concept. So imagine having a ton of sunlight in the room, and instead of your lights automatically when you walk into a room going on 100 to 100%, maybe your lights just adjust down to 10%, 15%. Maybe it's a lot of sunlight. Like in my living room, I get a ton of, it's like a bank of windows. Well, I don't need artificial light in that during the daytime. So my system automatically adjusts to that. And instead of it giving me my lights turning on, it either turns on to 10% or not at all. So again, very powerful. Now, if you blow out an Orro switch, it has a ton built inside of it. The first thing is it has a screen. So it has a retina quality OLED screen built directly in front of the thing. It's very Apple-esque. When you see the product, you'll know what I mean. Some of you have seen the product, so you know exactly what I mean. The other thing is we have those 6 sensors: ambient light sensor, mic sensors, motion sensors built directly into this thing. It also has a speaker and a microphone built into it, and we'll talk about how that works in just a second. And one thing that I think is super important, especially for you guys as a builder, is it has a universal multi-phase dimmer. What does that mean? Well, that means you can connect one of our switches to any lighting level or lighting load out there: incandescent, fluorescent, magnetic low voltage, electronic low voltage, LED, even low voltage LED. As a matter of fact, we can do 0 to 10 dimming without any problems. So instead of trying to figure out which SKU goes where and if it can actually do where it's going, no problem at all. Our product can pretty much go anywhere. It can control any fixture or at any lighting level. So again, very, very powerful. Now, let's talk, going into lighting. A lot of what you do on the lighting side is going to be automated. But let's say that you're a little bit more hands-on, or your homeowner is a little bit more hands-on, or maybe they want to set up custom lighting scenes. Well, directly through the app, they can create custom lighting scenes, and those lighting scenes will automatically show up on the screen of the switch. So just by a simple swipe, you'll see all of those custom lighting scenes, all on, all off. Maybe there's a relax mode. Maybe there's a dining mode. Maybe for me, there's a cleaning mode where I don't want my lights dimming and anything like that for a few hours. I want it to just be on cleaning. So I press that cleaning button and it keeps the lights on unless I change the state of the light. So again, very, very powerful. We also have the ability to support third-party lightings, and that's everything from smart bulbs. We also can utilize our sensor and our AI to automate third-party light switches. This is something that pretty much no other company can do, which is pretty cool. So think about the intelligence that an Orro switch has. Now, we can apply that to third-party light bulbs, whether it's Philips Hue, whether it's LifeX, or we can apply that to a third-party smart switch. So whether it's Lutron, Leviton, and a few other products out there, we can fully control those switches as well. So let's say your customer decides to mix and match, but they want the intelligence of Orro, they still have that ability down the line. Very, very powerful. Now, that's what we do on the lighting side. Now, let's talk about the beyond, the other side of what we do, which is smart home. So you'll notice that if you swipe to the left or to the right of an Orro switch, there are faces that allow you to control a ton of other devices. Everything from your Sonos music, smart things, your thermostat, your garage doors, your door locks, all of these features are built directly in there. Even your doorbells ring directly to the switch and you have access to those. We even have Alexa built in directly into the switch. So if you guys are already running some type of voice control standard, you no longer have to put the voice box or the voice speaker on a countertop or a table or anything like that. This gives a built-in solution for that feature, which I think is super important. We also have our app where you can control all of those same features no matter where you are around the world. You have the ability to control, your door locks, your garage doors, pretty much anything. You also have some really unique features like a home log where you can actually see what activity is going on. Maybe the door unlocked at an odd hour, or the garage door was, you notice that the garage door wasn't down. You'll be able to go in and check your home log and see, okay, I can track the activity, which is pretty cool. I have a preteen, so this is gonna come in handy in a few years, especially if he tries to sneak out. So very important. The other great thing about our product is you can create custom alerts where you get a push notifications directly through the app, and you have the ability to set up what's called an away mode. So our product can act as a pseudo security system almost, where it's utilizing the motion sensor and the microphone sensor and the and things like that to let you know, hey, I put my home in away mode. It sends me an alert letting me know that that my kitchen or my front entryway or something detect motion. Very important. So powerful stuff. Now, here are all the products that we work with, or here's a nice taste of the products that we work with. We work with, quite a bit beyond these products as well. So you'll see some mainstays like Ring and Nest and Honeywell, Alexa, of course. Google Assistant is also a part of our integration. With the door lock companies, Yale, Kwikset, Schlage are all included in there as well. Genie garage doors is one of those products that we have coming very, very soon. And then the future looks bright. So this is some really cool things. And we talked about this briefly, the ability to integrate with solar products. So Solar Edge is one of those companies. Enphase is another inverter company that we'll have direct integration with. So if you guys are running some type of solar package or solar standard in your homes, I know in California specifically, home buyers or home builders, are already including solar as a standard in their homes because of the solar mandate that California passed a few years ago. Well, imagine your lighting systems automatically dimming and adjusting to your solar levels and solar production. We think that's super important and very, very and really cool. Or automatically connecting to your thermostat and shutting off your thermostat in certain zones, or automatically shedding different devices. Maybe I don't want my my stove on, or my dishwasher on, or something like that, so it automatically turns those off to preserve energy or preserve my battery in troubling times. Same thing with Generac on the generator side. I know you guys have heard of that product. In the integrations coming soon there. Shade control with Hunter Douglas. We think this is important for temperature management inside of a home, and also comfort in privacy. So having that integration. And alarm.com is one of those products that we see a ton of builders, they need this from an alarm perspective, and it integrates with so many different alarm systems. So having our product as an integrated solution for alarm.com, again, a lot of power there as well. So we're seeing a lot of packages and our builders being really creative with the packages. And we're a full service manufacturer, so we will help you develop the right package and the right suite of devices that work together. And we, from a standard perspective, we're seeing four or five of the right pieces put together. It's not a ton of money. And really getting you going. And if you guys really want to talk about that more, we can schedule some type of follow-up meeting and we can discuss packages. We have a ton of those of what we've built out for other builders, or that we can show you, or we can build something custom, no problem at all. Going back into more of what we do on the beyond side, which I think is important, is intercom. Now, we talked about the speaker and the microphone being in each switch. Well, with now that gives you the ability to do room-to-room intercom, and you also have the ability to do an all-page mode. And we're about to launch the ability for you to be able to do remote intercom as well. So again, a lot of power just by swapping out your light switch, and then the mobile app, the ability to take that on the road with you. Now, how do you get all of this stuff? I mean, there's a lot of smart home products, and generally the most important thing for those other products is, okay, we need structured wiring, we need a closet, we need racks, we need all these things in order to get it. Well, with us, installation is super simple. So all you did was swap out a light switch, and now you have the power of Orro at your fingertips. Very, very important. Now, for you guys as a builder, this is important because you didn't change your spec at all. You didn't add any new wires. There's no structured wiring or wire infrastructure that you have to create or add into the job. You're just going to use the same exact Romex that you've been using with every other light switch that you've ever done. The only requirement that we have is Wi-Fi and a neutral. And we can discuss how we solve that. But we work with any Wi-Fi network out there, any Wi-Fi system out there. The neutral, it's already there, and you're good to go. It literally installs in minutes. Very, very easy. Now, here's some what's next and what's soon to follow stuff for you. So we have this really cool product coming out called the Orro S. Now, what is the Orro S? Well, the Orro S is our version of a standard dimmer switch. So this product goes in, and instead of putting in either multiple Orros in a single bank, or putting Orros in those 8 areas where you may not need a screen or a microphone or a speaker, like a closet, a pantry, a laundry room, a garage. Well, this gives you the ability to extend the intelligence of that adaptive smart lighting into other rooms, hallways, closets, stairways. This is a great product for that. And it's half the price. So that's really important as well. So it's a lot cheaper than the original product. And it gives you the ability to really expand it. And what we're seeing now from builders is they're already speccing this product in as an upgrade option. So they're adding in standard Orro ones, and then as a upgrade option, the Orro S comes into play, where you can add, more and more and more. And we have a special rebate program with builder partnerships that really incentivizes that. So we can talk about that at any time. Again, you guys have my information, or will have my information, so we can talk about that. But this product is set to land in the next month or two. So be on it's a great time to start speccing this into your new communities. So let's talk about our engagement program a little bit, and what's in it for you as a builder. So when you standardize, and then sometimes options, but mostly standardization is what we're aiming for. But when you standardize with Orro, we give you a ton of value adds come with this. And all of this, the great thing is all of this stuff is pretty much free for you guys. So you guys aren't really doing anything. Once you purchase the product, it unlocks all of these really cool features. The first thing is the model home program. We have a model home and showroom program where we can get you free product for your model homes. We also have a builder accommodation program. This is, in my opinion, very, very important. I hear a lot of builders say, okay, my sales team, they don't have the ability to sell this stuff. They don't know enough about smart home in order to sell it effectively. So we're not sure about putting it in our homes. Well, the easiest and the best way to get your sales team to understand how to sell smart home is to put smart home in their home. So the builder accommodation program will get them product at a deeply discounted rate. And now they're selling the product firsthand and how they use it. So now instead of talking about what it's supposed to do, they talk about how they use the product. Creates a much more effective salesperson, of course. The builder marketing, and I'm show you guys some examples of this, but this is really cool because we really can support you guys from a marketing standpoint, give you guys access to unlock wall signage, yard signage, the ability to put different images and things on your website. So we can help with the website design. We have a full graphics and design team that we can help you guys out, and that really flows back into our smart home consultation program. So as a full service manufacturer, we can really take you guys from start to finish. So a lot of builders, their main concern is, okay, this sounds awesome, but how do I do it? We don't have that ability. We've never done smart home. We don't have the ability. We don't know how to plan it out. We don't know what that looks like. Great. We are smart home consultants. As a part of standardizing with Orro, we can take you guys from start to finish, everything from concept to implementation and beyond with support. Speaking of support, you guys as builders get dedicated advanced builder support. So your installation teams, even your homeowners will get access to a special support line that will take care of them. And the other great thing is I know you guys, a lot of you guys carry a warranty. Awesome. Well, we've extended the warranty of our product just for builders so that they can unlock and keep that warranty unlocked. So there's a 2-year warranty versus a standard 1-year warranty that you would get if you purchase the product through in other ways. So you guys get an extra year of warranty just for being a builder partner with us. And as I mentioned earlier, an exclusive BP rebate program that you guys can unlock, which I'd be happy to review with anyone who wants to talk after this call. So our marketing assets are pretty cool because we can get, we have some standard assets. The wall signage is pretty standard. We think it's cool because it bumps up directly to the switch. It shows you what that experience looks like as you swipe to the left or swipe to the right. It even gives your home buyers a little instruction, which I think is really cool. The other thing is yard signage. We think it's important that when a prospective buyer walks up to a home, they know that they're going into a smart home, and that smart home is powered by Orro and presented by you as the builder. So very, very powerful. And the last thing, again, we can really do anything, but custom signage, give them something to walk away with so that they know what the standard looks like. They know what that experience looks like directly on the screen of the Orro, and they now can picture themselves in that home and what that experience looks like. So just to recap this conversation, and we're winding this down just a little bit, and you guys please ask any questions that you have. What's in it for you guys? So why are builders, why is Orro good for builders? First is, we already know that there's a high demand for smart lighting and home control for new buyers. We see it I'm sure you guys see it every single day. We hear it every single day. We really help you guys with that. The other thing is, our product is so diverse in terms of what it can do, from health and wellness to smart home, to smart lighting, to intercom. It really gives you guys the ability to promote different elements of energy efficiency, of course. So being able to promote your home as the new standard of health and wellness and energy efficiency is very, very powerful. And we give you that capability just by adding a few of our products or pieces to your home. We integrate with the best brands in the world, and that's going to continue to expand. As I mentioned before, we have 60 brands that we integrate with now. We have another 20 that are rolling out in the next 6 months, I would say. So again, very, very powerful in terms of, if your customer, your product is not aging in place, and you don't have to worry about the product getting old and stale. It's really going to continue to evolve and grow. We make homes a little bit more attractive, more profitable, and sell a bit faster. I know it's, we're in a really interesting time where homes are selling fast. We're starting to see a little bit of slowdown there, but homes are selling really fast. But as home buyers are seeing more options out there, they want to see what the best of the best is. And this really gives you guys a leg up over the competition. And as a full service manufacturer, not only do we provide you guys with product, but we also help you guys with marketing and dedicated support. So I'm gonna wrap it up there and answer a few questions. Our follow-up is really easy. We schedule a follow-up meeting. We discuss our programs. We talk about the BP rebates. We also just figure out if you guys have any upcoming projects that make sense, or if it's like, you know what, Rashid, this makes so much sense, and we've already seen you guys a couple of times. I've seen a few of you guys at the shows out there. We just want to do it. We want to figure it out as our new standard. Perfect. We can figure out what that looks like and come up and create some numbers and a package for you. And the last thing is, we want to get you priced product. we get you free product. So for your team to really test and evaluate as well. So I'll stop there, and let's see if we have any questions.
That was excellent. Thank you so much, Rashid. So much great information. I love that circadian rhythm lighting feature. That's great. It sounds wonderful to have
I saw a commercial
to me.
Yeah, I saw a commercial the other day where your beds are starting to sync with your circadian rhythm as well. So your beds are even starting to adjust to things like that. So it's like, okay, your whole home should help you sleep a little bit better. And I think that it starts with the lights. It starts with the lights.
Exactly. I know we spend so much time running around like chickens with their heads cut off, and so much time talking about how we need to be productive. We forgot about sleep for so many years, and now it's awesome to see us focusing on getting some good rest so we could be more productive. So I don't have any questions written, but we do have a manageable size group. So if anybody wants to raise their hand and ask a question live, I can go ahead and allow you to speak your question. No questions.
I'll say something just in case someone is typing anything or anything like that. I did want to show the product. I didn't get a chance.
Yes.
So this here is the Orro. This is the Orro 1. So as you guys will see, it does have that really cool glass OLED screen. The sensors are actually hidden beneath the screen, which is pretty cool as well. And that the entire screen here is adaptive. So when you swipe to the left or swipe to the right, you'll see different changes. The other really cool thing is if you guys wanted to actually change what the face of the screen looks like. So maybe you wanted it to permanently be your music controller, or your, you have it by the garage and you want an easy way of controlling your garage. Or if you want it to be that extension of the alarm system, we talked about that alarm.com integration. You have that as your screen. So again, very, very powerful. And this here, well, I have two of them. So these are the Orro S products. So you'll see, again, very Apple-esque. These are the ones without the screen. So the screen is matte, but it is backlit. So you will, when you walk up to it, the lighting levels will show. So when you're dimming and raising the lights, it will show directly on the screen. It also is tactile. Both of these are also tactile. So if you press up at the top or at the bottom, it will control the lights on and off if you want to manually control those lights. And if you want to do the dimming, you just drag your finger up and down and that'll control the lighting level. So again, very, very cool.
So let me ask you a question between those two. Oh, wait, we actually do have a question. Let me go here first.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, so this is from Alan.
Sure.
For multi-gang switches, can you control other items such as fans?
At this point, we cannot control fans. So fans are a little bit difficult for anyone to control without a specific SKU, mainly because when you do the fan ramping, you can blow the fan. So we don't do fans. The great thing about our product is if you do want to control fans or have a fan speed controller, you can put our product right next to there in the 2-gang box, and you will still maintain that full control. So we think that gives you a lot more flexibility than saying, no, you can't, you have to put it in there, but we can't control it. And now you just have a fan that you can't do anything with. So
Alan says, thank you so much for that answer.
Sure.
So I guess one of my questions is, when you have those two switches, you have one that works as kind of like a main control, and then you have the S series one.
Right.
So what is that mostly just for turning lights on and off, or is there
turning lights on and off, dimming? Remember, so remember one of the really cool features about the Orro 1 is the 6 sensors built into it. Well, this product still has all of those same sensors built into it. So it will still do that adaptive smart lighting. So it's automatically adjusting. It has the ambient light sensor. It automatically adjusts to how much sunlight is in the room. It automatically adjusts to presence, occupancy, and vacancy. The main thing that it doesn't do is the smart home capabilities. Now,
excellent?
What's also really cool is that this is not necessarily a companion piece. If you're a more budget conscious or budget focused builder, but you like the idea of getting that advanced lighting capabilities, you can run this product as its own skew. So you don't have to have one and the other. You can have one or the other, or a combination of both. So it does give you a lot of flexibility there.
Well, that's excellent. All right. Oh, we have another question. Oh, no, that's Ellen's. Thank you. I forgot to mark that we answered that.
No
All
problem.
right. Does anybody else have any other questions? Rashid gave us so much great information today on smart home living. It's amazing the difference between just smart home and smart home living, and that's a great differentiation about focusing on the living aspect of it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think of smart home and really focus on, okay, I can control all of this stuff in my home. Well, that's great for you as the person who has the app in their hands and already knows the voice commands and all that. You have it tailored to your specific needs. But when you have children in the house who aren't as adept, wanting to use devices, you have guests in the home. Well, what do we do there? So having a physical location to control everything in the wall, very important, especially when you're talking about delivering a smart home as a builder. You want to have a built-in product. You want your products to be built in as much as possible. That's the first thing. The second thing is you want it to be simple for anyone to use it, no matter who uses it. Or you want it to automatically do what it's supposed to do without you having to actually touch it. And that's really where our product is a game changer.
That's great. It sounds like you're kind of thinking about the entire homeowner, not just one kind of homeowner, so that you can focus on helping anybody, no matter what their range of technology knowledge is. And also, you're not necessarily having to worry about a particular product, like you said, Google Nest or whatever. You have all these different operating systems. You kind of have one that works and controls everything. So
yeah, we hear the term hub a lot with builders, where builders are like, oh, we need a hub, or we need something where we can link all of these devices together. And there's not a great hub system that's affordable. Well, imagine a product where it's not only that hub, so to speak, it's your smart lighting system, it's your intercom system, it automatically adjusts, it does all these really cool things. That's really what Orro is.
that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Rashid. We don't have any other questions today, but I want to thank everybody so much for coming. You will get an email thanking you for coming today, along with Rashid's contact information. It's rashid@getorro.com if you have any other questions for Rashid that you'd like to ask him offline. And you can also go to their website at getorro.com to explore some of their products. Thank you so much. Oh, go ahead, Rashid.
Yeah, we have a special page for builders. It's getorro.com/builders. Go directly there. It'll feed your heart's desire in terms of more information and value propositions on what we're doing with builders. But yeah, we our builders have been great for us. So we really anticipate leaning more into your needs, what integrations you guys are looking for. Programs are going to be very important for us. So yes.
Excellent. Sounds like you're really looking to have that great partnership with the builders. So we appreciate that. That's something that's very valuable to us here at Builder Partnerships. Thank you so much for being a great member of Builder Partnerships as well. We appreciate you. Thank you again, everybody. We look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. And thanks so much. Have a great day, everybody.
See you guys.